This is Avi and Nico from Hypothetical Floor,
You
and
always say my name. I
Yeah.
don't get to say my own name.
Say
This
your
is
own
Nico
name.
of Hypothetical Floor. I'm always Draco.
And a lot of other people.
Oh, and Lupin. I don't
And
think we've
Snap.
gotten Lupin
Snap
yet.
and Lupin, I think, are the next
Snoopin.
one. Snoopin's the next one. We ship Snoopin.
I ship
We
Snoopin.
we ship Snoopin
Snoopin
so hard.
Lupin.
don't
There's
under-
Snap and Lupin.
You don't understand how much we ship Snoopin.
Snoopin.
You don't understand. Anyway. Chapter 7. Bring me to life. You get to read the author's note.
Author's note. Well, okay, you guys. I'm only writing this 'cause I got 5 God reviews. In BTW, I want write the next chapter till I get 10 God bonds. Stow flaming or ill report you. Ebony isn't a Marie Sue, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a satinist. And she has problems. She's depressed, for God's sake. Really, she's not Stanist. Or when I first saw it, it's like she's a
Stanist.
Satinist. But when I saw it as a satinist, like, I originally read it as she's a Satan tits.
She's a Satan tits. She's a
It
satinist.
doesn't actually say Satan tits. It just says Satan
Satinist.
Satanist.
Satinist.
Satanist.
Anyway, Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs.
You can read that sentence pretty much like, we held our pale white hands with black nail polish. It sounds like the way they were holding their hands was with the black nail polish.
I was wearing red satinist things on my nails and red nail polish. And
Author's note. See, does that sound like Amaru Sue to you?
I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes.
I can just see it right now, like the words dark misery on his pupil.
I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively. We took off each other's clothes enthusiastically.
Well, you were passive and now you're enthusiastic. That's a big swing.
He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked. And then he put his boy's thingy in mine and we had sex!
See, is Dad stupid? Well, yes, the part where he's putting his boy thingy in her, presumably her boy thingy, it's like, he put his boy's thingy in mine. That implies that, he's putting his boy's thingy in your boy's thingy. But you know what? I'm fine with intersex people. Like, 1 out of 100.
Whatever floats your boat. Ivani,
it makes sense.
Ebony, whatever your name is.
As we find out later, I mean, he went out with Vampire, so I mean, it makes sense.
Don't spoil it!
It's like next paragraph.
It's the next paragraph, but still, don't
okay,
spoil
you read
it.
the next paragraph and then I'll talk about it.
Oh, Draco! Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I'd never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody gothic writing, were the words vampire. I was so
wait, that's only
angry.
one word. It's like, in gothic writing were the words vampire.
Oh, I think she's counting the exclamation mark.
But yeah, see, obviously he went out with Draco. Draco went out with Vampire, so I mean, maybe he just has a thing for boys thingies. Obviously, he's into that. Maybe that's why he went out with Ebony,
and a bee.
Sorry, just knocked you
and Obi. Obi-Wan and Obi.
Obi-Wan and Obi.
You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed.
No, you don't understand! Draco pleaded.
But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot! I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway.
Also, he doesn't have AIDS acronym. He has AIDS. It's like he has multiple aid. He doesn't just have one aid. He has many aid. He doesn't have you know, the autoimmune deficiency syndrome or whatever.
He
So,
just
you know.
has lots of autoimmune deficiencies.
Yep.
I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what,
A really big
but I was
stereo
too
system?
mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people.
Oh, he was having a lesson with Professor Snape, was he?
And some other people.
Well, clearly he's into the orgy.
Vampire Potter, you motherfucker, I yelled.
Chapter
Okay, that's
8.
chapter 8 now.
Author's note. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then, you are a prep. Letter U, letter R. A prep.
Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked and started begging me to take him back.
Ebony, it's not what you think! Draco screamed sadly.
My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long, waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Who's Hermione? Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she's very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger.
Oh, Bloody Mary Smith must be Hermione, so I guess she went with Bloody.
Bloody Mary.
Like Bloody Mary. With an apostrophe between the B and the L.
So it's Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Hermione Smith is just terrifying. Of course she went with Bloody Mary. I mean, like, Hermione Smith, you'd have to hate your kid. Since she converted to Satanism, she's in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor.
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 With two O's. It's a door with a Gryffindor.
What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire! I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco!
Wait, how is Vampire cheating? He wasn't dating you to begin with! You should be mad at Draco for cheating on you with Vampire, except he's clearly an ex, but what is wrong with you?
Everyone gasped. Now it's your turn.
I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire, I'm bi and so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We're just good friends now. With benefits. No, he had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not. Oh, that's Vampire. That's.
Said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard.
By the way, in case you hadn't realized, there's just this random paragraph in the middle of the chapter where it's from Draco's point of view instead of Enneby's or Ebony. So it's one paragraph.
Ebony, Enobi.
It's one paragraph out of this entire thing, and then it goes back to normal. Anyway.
Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the forbidden forest where I'd lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to bust into tears.
Lost your virility? That's a sad,
Alright,
sad
that's sad.
That age.
Considering you're like 17, that's just sad. That's really sad.
It's a shame. Although, I mean, they had sex at least once before, but man, I guess she couldn't get it up.
No, twice, because remember the first time they had you-know-what, and the second time was the boys thingy, so they've had sex twice.
You know, but it must be really...
It was like they were Frenching passively the second time.
It's a shame having such a disappointing sex life if you can't get it up. Try Viagra. Or Viagra, or however the fuck you pronounce it. Chapter 9!
Viagra's for men. What would she do?
Well, she's got a boys thingy, so it'll work. And she's losing her virility, which is usually a term associated with your boys thingy. So clearly, she's just got,
issues with her boys thingy.
Maybe she's intersex, or maybe she's genderqueer. You know what? Maybe she's a guy who identifies as a girl except when she's fucking.
Then She likes to use her boys thingy.
Then she likes to pull out the boys thingy. Although she likes other people to stick their boys thingy into her boys thingy.
I don't know how that would work. Like, mechanically, let's just think about it. Nothing's gonna fit.
Well, I guess if his was small enough, thin enough, and hers was wide.
Ew. No, we're not talking about this.
Okay.
Chapter 9.
Let's say, like, let's stop talking. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movies, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. The Swedes, I said he had a headache. And the reason Snap doesn't lick Harry now is cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks! With an X. Go on.
The sad part is I can actually see Snape being like one of those fundamentalist Christians.
I can't because you never see religion in Harry Potter's world. Like, it's never brought up, except for Harry, who's, Magic Jesus.
I could totally see Snape being one of those Catholic exorcists.
Magic Jesus, I tell you.
With like the little cross and the...
I'm not seeing it. He seems a little more like an atheist to me.
Well, no, I feel like Dumbledore would make the best exorcist.
Yes. Dumbledore.
Exorcist Dumbledore. This is now a thing. Anyway.
Who was the question from History? What religion is Snape?
Is Snape religious? If so.
That or who's an exorcist?
Oh, you have the majority of the people in this chapter, actually.
Oh, I do.
You do, because, like,
okay.
There's Draco and the surprise appearance by our favorite character in the entire world.
And the guy who hasn't had any lines yet, but I love him anyway. He's probably one of my favorite characters, even if he hasn't said a word or appeared in anything more than passing. And Lupin.
I think we see Lupin this time. Anyway. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. That's because he didn't. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. That's unsanitary. Then all of a sudden, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was... Voldemort!
Just like Voldemort in the movie. Also, the fact he doesn't have a nose is so important. She said it twice for you.
No! I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted in fear, and I couldn't run away. Crookshanks! I shouted. That came out so weirdly, I'm sorry. Crookshanks! I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped.
I think what she meant was Crucio. Shouting Crookshanks, all that might do is you might manage to call the attention of a half-magical cat. Ebony yelled, "Thou must kill Vampire Potter!"
I thought about Vampire and his sexual eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remember that Draco had said
Well, unless he looks like Madden 2006.
In which case, oh. I remember that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? No, Voldemort!
Or she comes to her senses.
I shouted back.
Voldemort gave.
Voldemort gave me a gun. No.
That's a bad idea, because you haven't told her not to kill you yet. Like, you haven't...
No, please, I begged.
Thou must, he yelled. If thou dost not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco.
Why does Voldemort have a gun?
Because Voldemort is the bossest.
How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded look on his face.
See, then he takes some deep breaths here.
You can't read this chapter without breaking. It's impossible.
Okay, deep breaths. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly, and if you does not kill vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco. Thou knowst what shall happen to Draco, you improperly old-timey fuckwad, he shouted.
And then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad that I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Yeah, Draco totally like... Woods!
I was just gonna make a joke implying it, but man, you just straight into the masturbation.
Draco! I said, hi.
Hi.
He said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram, get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way.
Oh,
okay,
I see it.
Daniel Radcliffe and Tom
Like-
Felton look nothing like each other, so I don't know how they're both Joel Madden at the same time.
Maybe Draco is bald Joel Madden.
And Harry is not.
Well, he's a
Joel.
cross. Is
Well,
Gerard
you
Way?
can bear-
Is Gerard Way blonde?
No, Gerard Way is like scarier than not bald Joel Madden. Look at, oh no, I guess he dyed his hair red.
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yellow. I'm gonna go to Google Images instead.
Wait,
Oh.
did he die? Oh no, my Chemical Romance broke up. Look at that guy!
Well, he's got, is that him? Because, I mean, some of the picture he's appeared to have blonde hair. Draco
No.
better not have dyed his fucking hair, because I love that blonde bastard.
Who?
Draco. Like, Draco better not have dyed his hair black, because I love that blonde bastard. I can't help it, Tom Felton's hot.
Tom Felton's adorable. I need to change my
Also, I think it's
default search
awesome,
engine
I think it's
again.
awesome that, Tom Felton and Daniel Radcliffe are, like, humongous best friends outside of the movie.
There. Let's see if this
What? You know what's
works.
weird? The fact that Chrome's default search is not Google.
No, it is Google.
It is
It
Google?
just like, oh man, I'm
It
sorry.
wasn't Google for me when
It
I
just
did.
like it just
This is why I use
was a dumb.
Firefox.
it just was a dumb and I had to switch it back. Kind of like stupid network settings here.
Ah.
Anyway,
A pentagram
where were we?
between Joel Madden.
Joel Madden and Gerard Way.
Get
Are
it
you
like
okay?
a cross, except it's a pentagram.
Because she's a satinist.
Stanist. She's a Stanist.
She's a statist. Are you okay? I asked.
No.
I'm sorry, I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled.
That's okay.
He said all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together, making out.
Walk and fuck.
Walking bucket. So our question today was, who would make the best exorcist?
That or is Gerard Way blonde? We had 2 questions.
We had 2 questions.
We
I
can
think
put
that
the other
makes
one-
up for like I think that makes up for the chapters 3 and 4
No,
episodes where we didn't really
have
have a question.
So we're now like 1 question per episode on average.
On average, 1 question per episode.
Technically correct. The best kind of correct. So you want to cut this episode off?